Okay, everybody. Well, we'll start on the exercise. The first witness is Tracy Young. Now, bear in mind, of course, a lot of what I said relates to the real situation. I mean, Tracy Young is going to get. This is Theo, who's going to be Tracy. And when you cross-examine her, let's just do what you can, whoever's going to do it, to see what you can get out of her. Okay? Tracy, right. Who would like to have a go at cross-examining Tracy? Let me take Warwick's name at random. Warwick, would you like to have a go?
Tracy.
Yes.
Are you actually married to Derek?
No, we're not married.
And do you want to give evidence against?
Yes, of course. He bit me.
He bit you?
Yes.
Do you think that this could all be put down to a little usual kind of argument between the two of you?
Well, I wouldn't say so because he was very violent.
But you don't normally carry a knife when you go outside to meet him coming home, do you?
Not when I was cutting breads for my sandwich.
And where was the bread at the time that
It
you
was
were
in
being
the kitchen.
In the kitchen?
Yes.
Could you have left the knife behind?
I was so angry, you know, and I couldn't care anything, and I just stormed out and tried to stop him from going out. I was very sad because we were so in love, and he hit me.
And is this being so in love? Would you normally carry a knife when you go to meet him at night?
No, because I said I was so angry, and I totally forgot that I was holding a knife.
Did you raise your arm with the knife in it?
I couldn't recall, but then if I did, I was just trying to protect myself.
Had he already done anything to you?
Yes, he was rushing towards me, and he has this really angry face because we've been together for 5 years, and I knew that he was going to hit me.
What was the light like outside?
It was dark, but it still have the lights.
Wasn't there a light that had broken in the street?
I didn't recall, but I could see his face very clearly.
Now, when you fell, you became unconscious, correct?
Yes.
And is that why you became unconscious?
The reason I became unconscious is because he hit me on the face, and I think I got a concussion or something.
You wouldn't agree that perhaps you were so angry that the light was so bad that you really couldn't see what he did?
I disagree.
So, Mr. Falk, we've heard that that evening you Tracy was expecting you to come home at about 7 o'clock. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. And yet it was more than an hour and a half later before you actually arrived at home.
So what? I'm entitled to do it if I want to. Free country, I'm not married to her. I can do what I like.
But you know that Tracy is of an excitable disposition.
Oh, so what? I'm free, you know, I'm not a slave. I can do what I want. If I want to come home late, I come home late. Too bad.
But from your previous experience, you knew that you would be upset.
Yeah, so big deal. So should we get upset?
And
But she was going to be upset whatever happened anyway.
So, but when you arrived back, she came out into the street
Sure.
next to your car.
Yeah, she was threatening me with a knife. I thought she was
Well,
going to kill me.
She obviously was upset because she initially she didn't know where you'd be.
And what's your question?
And you say that she started to accuse you of having an affair.
Yeah, usual. Yes.
Right. So, but when she started poking you, as you say, on the chest, did you not think that you might have just simply retreated rather than?
Well, you know, I must ask you, what would you have done in those circumstances? There you are. This woman, she's furious. She's thrown things at me in the past. What would you have done in those circumstances?
Well, I think perhaps the question that perhaps you could answer.
Look, this woman, she's furious. I know her. She throws things at me. She's coming at me with a knife. It's a 9-inch knife. What would you have done in those circumstances?
Well, could you consider the alternatives? What you could have done? Rather than
Sure. If I was sitting quietly in a room, I would have thought, yes, I could have done this, I could have done that, I could have done the other. But look at it. There she's rushing at me with a knife. I don't have time to sit and think. Do you have time to sit and think? When these things go on and on and on and on and on.
But she never attacked you before with the knife.
Okay, flower pots. She's got a history of violence. This is a violent woman we're dealing with. Can I just pause here?
Yes.
Yeah. So what I'm saying basically is I'm doing this deliberately. All right. I'm not being. There's two ways I could deal with it. I could say, look, I'm really sorry, I didn't know, or I could be terribly aggressive. So I've decided, not because I'm trying to be funny or anything, but deliberately I'm being aggressive, and you've got to deal with me being very aggressive. All right, thank you, everybody. Now, let me start the ball rolling. May I say so? I had a great feeling of pride as you were asking the question of these people. I thought, hello, you weren't all asleep. You know, you did listen to some of it. A lot of it, of course, you already knew, and a lot of it is instinctive to a lawyer, the kind of questions that you ask. But if I may say so, and there's no reason why I should say it other than the fact that I mean it, I thought the standard of cross-examination was particularly good. Each one of these witnesses had a flaw, whether it was the witness statements being together or the slurred speech, etc. And each one of you, if I may say so, to different extents, recognized it. It's not easy, cross-examination, but it was very well done.